Hi guys, welcome back. This is 2000 Gaming. So this one is like two parts because I don't want it to be a bit long. It's not really, I know it's not intuitive. I don't want to do too long of like videos and such and such. So there's gonna be like what we talked about. They made it to a point wherein save data. They made it like a bit more forgiving, which is really good. And then combatant reworks. This is what I was like looking at. Okay, this is I hate like in gacha games like nerfing a character, there's like there's a very thin line on you nerfing a character versus you making a big wave of the game itself, or maybe changing the game like the player base's minds. Okay, I will put my points in as I read it through. Okay, first adjustments we'd like to cover are Trisa and Cassius. So this team, these two characters, because people, the whales, even like yeah, everybody's are using Trisa and Cassius whenever we deal on that first ever event that we're dealing. The blob demon there. So they're usually doing Tresa and Cassius and Mia. So that you have lots of like pulls, and then you pull for the daggers, and then you pull for the 0-1 cost, and then you got heals, you got damage, and then like you do lots of things with that, which is really cool. Which is really great. And I first max my Trisa because like she's so OP, and I like her aesthetics with the violets and blues, and like the violets on explosions on their daggers. I do really love that, and she looks really badass. Problem is, so these two combatants demonstrated extremely powerful synergy, and this is what you like, right? Synergy, and this is what you like from the player base. Look for synergies, right? So now it's too much. That's why we're halting it. We're putting our foot down, and we're stopping this synergy, which is like I think it's a bad look in a way. I feel, but like again, it's too much. Like I feel this is a nerf, quote unquote a nerf. I haven't seen too much gacha games with nerfs because usually power creep is there. I think it's good for CZN to not nerf. I hope that they could have like tweak the character in a ways that they're still doable, but like they're putting a cap on characters, which is not really great. I feel, okay. It's just like if you're playing fighting games, I'm not comparing games, okay? I'm play like if you have 100 hit combo in a fighting game, it's fun to execute that. But it's hard to execute it. Just like here, like it's hard to execute the characters because you need a certain type of combination, certain type of card sets that you need to find and you need to grind, okay? So you wasted all of those people's hard work grinding to get those best cards for the setup that they want to push through, and you're nerfing it like makes their hard-earned hours of grinding that cards to waste, if you get what I mean. So in fighting games, there would be exploits like 100 like infinity combos, if but like it's difficult to execute. You need to train really hard. You need to grind really hard. So just to execute that, and then people are rewarded if you've grinded. The problem is like you remove that, you've nerfed the character, you've wasted all of the efforts that they did, which is like it's undermining what the player base has done to get that kind of like card for the players, because some people are really sweaty when they want a perfect build for character, especially in ZZN. Okay, so in the depths which Protoss analyzed and utilized these two combatants in their own way left a strong impression on the develop. Yeah, they left a strong impression. Impression meaning, oh, they're too strong. People will not buy my 5 stars. The 5 stars coming into the future. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Very easy. Like I played quite a lot of gacha games. I know where they're going into. Okay, this corpo wording is like, oh shit, we made a mistake. They're too OP. We didn't really calculate it that much. We need to nerf them so that people can buy our next shiny 5 star character. Which technically, at the full gist of it, whenever there's a gacha game, I know gameplay, gacha system, but like at the end of the day, you're selling characters for you to clear content. Okay, that's the gist of them selling you. It's all about characters all the time in any other gacha that I've seen. Okay, so, however, with the viewed against the game's core direction of encouraging, they have a point here. Diverse combat experiences and combinations, we concluded that their overall influence has reached a level that constrains strategic choice. Initially, that was a strategic choice. People are finding ways on how to get higher score. That's also a strategy, but the problem is with the strategy, not all of the things that you can like provide. There would be always an exploit. There's always a loophole, even in real life, even in laws. Like there's always a loophole. That can maybe lawyers um can can use against. Like, so, like, it is what it is. But again, I feel like they should have just tweaked it, not nerfed them. According to these adjustments, see, look at this. Teresa. First, we'll walk through the changes of Teresa. Teresa's designed a psionic combatant who generates Shadow Dagger, so that's her bread and butter. She has a zero cost Shadow Dagger as well. You can cast like 4 Shadow Daggers, and then if you have the ability wherein you cast Agony whenever you use that like attack, that's gonna be good. That's a combination. That's a crazy combination. You only need 2 cards on that. So while applying the continuous effect Agony to build the power of Dot. However, under the current structure, each application of Agony stacks as an individual debuff, which is supposed to be. This has resulted in overly cluttered monster HUD information. Yeah, okay. Like you can just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like, and then like they're telling it lags. Okay, with the adjustment will improve readability of reworking how Agony operates, making its behavior more intuitive and allowing Teresa to utilize Agony in a new way. What kind of way? In a nerf kind of way? So, Agony effect mechanics. So, before, applied a new debuff to the target each time Agony is inflicted. At the end of the turn, each Agony debuff deals damage and reduces its stack by 1, which is good. Which is what usually happens. And then after, Agony applied by the caster is stacked as a oh shoot. At the end of the turn, damage is dealt based on the number of Agony stacks. Then the stack count is reduced by half. What? What? Like, damage, like, for example, you accumulated maybe, okay, each Agony debuff deals 1 damage and reduces its stack by 1. So, like, I think it's still okay in a way, but like again, at the end of the turn, damage is dealt based on the number of Agony stacks, then the stack count is reduced by half. So for example, but here, like for example, each Agony debuff deals damage and reduces the stack by 1. For example, you do 1 stack, one damage, 1 Agony, 1 damage, 1 Agony, 1 damage, 1 Agony, 1 damage, 1 Agony. Like some people deal 1 damage, 2 agonies in a way. So if you do 1 to 1, after that it's gonna be 0. But this one, like for example, if you do two, like for example, if you do 1 agony per 2, like 1 attack is equals to 2 agony. So you make like 6 attacks, that's gonna be 12 agonies, right? So instead of it going out in one go, okay, it's still like reduced by half. It's still the same. It's still the same, right? Because like 12 stacks, no, it might be better. I feel I'm not quite sure. So comment down below because reduces its stack by 1. If you have 12 stack, like for example, separate 2 stacks, it's still the same, almost the same. Yeah, and then but like single debuff compared to separate ones. But I feel like a separate debuff would be better. I feel. At the end of the turn, Fick dot equals to 50% of the amount of agony. On effect, activation reduce agony by 1. At the end of the turn, deals Fix dot to 50 of the amount of agony. On effect, activation decreases agony stacks by half. Okay, there's a max. They're having a cap, which is not good. They should not have a cap. I feel they should not have a cap. Why are we having caps? Shadow Dagger, cost 0 attack, damage 50 to agony. So 0 cost attack, exhaust, damage 80. Oh my god, they nerfed the 2 agony. Holy shit. This is what I'm saying. So how will you reach half if it's like 1 agony per 2, like instead of 2? Oh my god, this is bad. They nerfed her. They put a cap and they nerfed her agony stacks. Advanced Shadow Dagger, cost 1 attack, retain, retrieve, 2 damage 100% times 2 times 2 agony. 2 agony damage plus 10% damage amount for each agony. So they remove. So wait a minute. Cost 0 attack. So they made it cost 0. 2 agony damage. 50%. Okay. 2 agony. You have 2 agony with a damage of 50% plus 10% damage. Okay. Like this is like a bit forgiving in a way. But this one is not great. This one and this one is not great. So this two. This two is like popping into my head. And then this one, Unsheath Dagger. Create 2 Shadow Daggers. Increase Agony effect to create Shadow Daggers by 3. So, create 2 Shadow Daggers. Increase Agony effect to created Shadow Dagger by 2. So, they really nerfed how much she can put out Shadow Daggers. So, yeah. So, which one is like bad? So, it's like let's see everything. Okay? So Shadow Reload, cost, attack, retain 80 damage to all enemies to agony, exhaust all Shadow daggers in hand, repeat equal to that number. So let's see here. Not that great. So Shadow Reload, cost 1 heal, skill 100%, create 2 advanced shadow. Cost 0, heal 150, create 1 Okay, so they're giving us more heals, but like they're lessening the Shadow Dagger. Because anyways, at the end of the day, they're saying maybe it's like 20 max stacks. Like is that an excuse? I don't think so. So yeah. So again, like that's the technically what's like there's a lot of things going on here. But like again, at the end of the day, they put a cap. They've decreased the amount of how you put out shadow daggers, and whenever you deal a shadow dagger, the stacks will be cut in half on the next turn. So like yeah, they nerfed her in a way. So next, Cassius. We'll take a closer look. Changes to Cassius is designed as a controller combatant who completes 4 unique types of quests. You know, the zero quest is really good. So however, we observe that certain quest rewards for functioning as overly powerful options. Okay, this build has been proven powerful enough to dominate the overall combat experience. Yeah, with this adjustment, we have prioritized preserving the core enjoyment of quest completion, which lies in the heart. Oh my god, so they're nerfing it again. So quest mechanic changes when conditions are met during battle. Generate quest card and reward card excluded from the criteria. So when conditions are met during the battle, generate a quest card and reward 80% fixed healing 3 times per turn quest card. Okay. 000. This 000 is his bread and butter. So exhaust 40% damage for each attack card used this turn. So 40% damage, 40% damage amount for each attack card used this turn. Okay, there's like a limit. Previously, there was no limit. So there's gonna be a limit on how many attacks. Cost 0 attack exhaust damage for each attack card used this turn. So attack exhaust 50% damage. So amount for each card attack used this turn max 4. So there's like a limit on how he will use the ability. Only 4 times, which is really bad. So there's no more multiple infinite runs of agony and triple zeros. So bro. And then decrease stress, okay. Okay. Draw one. Draw one. Okay, they improved this in a way. They've improved this full house. Draw one, decrease the stress. Okay. Exhaust one, draw a card. They've improved this in a way. But like the problem is that's not technically his bread and butter. The bread and butter would be the triple zeros and then empowered triple zero. So there's like limits even here. There's limits on the quest. So technically that's what they did. That's what they did. So they nerfed both Cassius and Teresa to the point that they have like caps on their abilities so that they cannot use it overall. Okay, so it's not really great. So there's some changes as well. Combatant improvements. Also, there's an improvement. So adjustment made to combatants. So who's this? Nia is improved. Okay, which is good. Ray has been improved, which is good. Or Leah, maybe you can use her. Okay. Haru, okay. Damage amount will be okay. Anchor shot, the cost of anchor shot will no longer increase. Okay. So Haru is getting the buff. Yuki, they're improving her again. Damage amount, okay. They want Yuki to work really well. Okay. Chizuru, this is my waifu. Oh my god, she is so fucking on. On top of like you combine her with Serenial and Ray. That's gonna be crazy. Is that Ray or like no? It's not Ray. Is it Ray? Like I forgot. Like yeah, it's Ray. I think Ray. So Kalip. Okay, Kalip is getting stronger as well. Magna. Okay, shield gain will be increased. There, Yugo, Rin. So guys, this is what they're doing. Okay, so ultimately, they're nerfing your 4-star characters that the people has seen that's really effective, and they're buffing up the 5-star characters so that like you can use them more. Okay, because the thing is like what they're enticing you to do is like 5-star characters I'll use more than my 4-star in a way. So they're leaning towards to maybe power creep in a way, because that's what they're doing right now. It's a bit obvious in a way. They're buffing out some. They're buffing up Nia and Ray. Um, but like It's not Rei. I forgot the other character. The combination of Serenial, Chizuru, and I like Chizuru and Narja can be. I also put Chizuru, Narja, and Serenial as well. Like I can do that as well. Like lots of things that you can do with Narja. Narja is really good. So that's what I get from this nerfing, putting a cap on Cassius and Trisa, buffing their 5-star characters to a point wherein you'll be happy and able enough to use or invest in Yuki. And Chizuru has been she's great. Oh my god. Everything is increased. Shadow Moon cards of the same pile will now stack. Oh my god. I think she got all of it. Like why is Yuki only getting this? Anyways, a single time siya. Anyways, like I'm happy that at least Chizuru, my wife, will be having those kinds of things. So what do you think about these changes? What do you think about this nerf? I feel like the nerf, they should have just tweaked it. Like like but I think I can't see to a point where they can strike a balance. Maybe like in the cap should be a bit more. I feel instead of 4 for Cassius and 20 on Trisa. But I think that's the tweak nerf. But like again, if you see this, are they gonna be nerfing 5 stars in the future? This is what I'm scared at. Okay, this is what I was telling earlier, that people spent their time grinding chaos to increase the power of trees and their caches, and then they're getting nerfed, just like kick them in the butt, saying that all of your hard work is come for like it's gone. And then now, would it be whenever the 5-star character is underwhelming, they will increase the buffs, which I do really like. Buffing is good. Nerfing is not that great, but like again, I think they just want to strike a balance. It's a card game by itself. Like like Reverse 1999 doesn't have too much adjustments, which I do really love. They thought about that one really really well. I do really love and appreciate the devs in Reverse 1999 compared to ZZN. Especially the translation is kind of wild as well. Oh my god, like they should be lucky that people are still playing the game, because I do really like the gameplay loop. I'm really excited on getting those epiphanies and them improving that. I'm really excited there on that as well. So hopefully you guys like this video. What do you think about this? This is again 2000 Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye bye.